Hello everyone, welcome back to another aircraft model store review, and today we have got a Herpa model. This is the brand new 1:200 scale Airbus A400M in the RAF Brize Norton 100th anniversary livery. Before we get into today's video, be sure to check down in the description below for any details you may have missed. Our website and obviously all the stuff we stock can be found on there. So let's go ahead and have a look around the box of this model before we check out the item itself. So, as you can see, this item is a 1:200 scale model, as you can see in the top corner of the box. We've got the RAF logo, and then the obviously 100th anniversary decal is here. The name of the model, the photo, as you can see. On the bottom, we've got Herpa miniature there, and the Herpa logo. Down the bottom, we have got another photo of the aircraft, 1:200 scale. And all the details again with the item number at the top. And the registration of this model is ZM406, and you can see the details here on the bottom. It's pretty much the same all the way around the box. And on the back, as you can see, limited edition, Airbus, Herpa social media pages down at the bottom, and say a bit more detail upon Herpa and all of their licensing and all of that stuff. So you can see another photo here, ZM406. This tail does not exist anymore on the real life aircraft. This was a special obviously for the 100th anniversary, but it's good that Herpa have gone back to do this one in case you wanted it. And this is a model that features the open up tab, and if you like to maybe pause and read, you can actually do that there, just to check out some of the details of this particular item. I say German on one side, English on the other, obviously Herpa being a German company. So what we'll do now is we'll get the model out and have a look at the item itself. Okay, so here's a brief overlook of the model out of the box. As you can see, it is very good. It does look very detailed, and they've got a lot of detail on this model anyway. And it is great to finally have an RAF A400M. Now, it seems like RAF aircraft are quite hard to come by with models. You know, we haven't had many big scale aircraft for the RAF like the A400M or C-17, so it's fantastic that Herpa have finally got onto this model because they've done a really good job at it. So let's start on the left hand side and have a closer look at what it's got. Okay, so here we are starting on the left hand side of the model. You can see the main standout here in this shot is the front refueling probe. As you can see, it is modelled very nicely, and they've done a very good job on this. You see the black nose cone, obviously of RAF aircraft, the matte black nose cone, the cockpit windows, pitot tubes and static ports at the front, 406, which is obviously the number of this aircraft within registration, so it being ZM406, that is what the 406 stands for on this item. Moving down, we've got the Royal Air Force titles, the Royal Air Force logo just there next to the door, and obviously the Great British flag. We've got the front landing gear. Now on this model, the landing gear does roll, I believe, on the back gears. It doesn't seem like the front do. So that's something there, and obviously the propellers do spin, as you can see. There's a small window just on the side here, and then a black antenna up on the top. There's two. In this camera shot, you can actually see three of them all the way down the top in a line, and then we can move it down just a little bit. You can see the wing just down here has got the RAF logo on it, and then the red navigation light just down on the bottom just there, and then you can see the nice detail they've got on the leading edge slats, flaps and spoilers, and the engine with the nice detail upon the propellers, which we'll have a look at on the head-on shot shortly. Onto the back of the model, you can see the door to the rear, the fairings over the landing gear, as you can see there, the RAF logo symbol just there, and then the ZM406, the registration, Zulu Mike 406. The tail carrying the 100th anniversary decal that they've put on the back, and then it obviously says the squadron number and all of that stuff. Looks very good actually. They've also got, you can see, just next to that logo, the green reflective strip, which is obviously for nighttime refueling. There's a couple of those spread around the aircraft, not as many as noticeably seen on the C-17, but on this aircraft it still does resemble it on the tail. Having a close look at the top of the tail, you can see the elevators just up on the top, which look rather nice, and you can also see that logo as well from the back and the strip. So what we'll do is we can flip it onto the other side. Obviously, being this sort of aircraft, there isn't too much detail compared to your commercial aircraft. However, it does look very good anyway. So we'll flip it onto the other side. It is pretty much the same, and then we'll have a look at a little bit of the underneath and the head-on. So just going down the fuselage, all looking very similar. As you can see, the logo. This one just doesn't have the door on the side. The propellers, it does have the rear door just there. ZM406. On this one, obviously, this side of the aircraft, we have the green navigation light just down at the end of the wing, just here. And then coming onto the back, we have an exhaust on the top. I believe that is possibly the APU exhaust, since this aircraft doesn't have one on the back, so that would probably make out to be that. You can see the reflective strip here, and the decal that they've got on the back. We'll have a quick look at what this model looks like head on, and you can get a better look at the propellers of this item. Okay, so here, just to be able to see it a little bit better, you can see all of them freely rotate and spin quite nicely, and they do carry that distinctive look from the A400M, the sort of curved propellers, and they do look very nice. As I say, all of them do move. So, you know, if you were to, I won't do it now just because of the microphone, but you could blow onto them, and obviously they'd all spin the same. And it also gives you quite a nice look at the nose cone and the cockpit windows from the front. You can see the windscreen wipers there as well, which is a very nice detail they've got. And then the refueling probe from the front, and then the landing gear fairings either side of the model, which does look very nice as well. So we'll have a look at the underneath. I believe there isn't too much to see, but we'll check it out anyway. So as you can see on the underneath of this model, pretty much very simple. There isn't really any sort of detail. You can see the engine sort of exterior exhaust on the back, yeah, you can see here the landing gear at the bottom, the stand holder and the beacon light just here. This model does come with a stand in the box. It's the regular clear plastic stand that is inside it, so you can use this for a display, as well as with a lot of 1-200 model aircraft. That is the case. They do have some stands, but it's just the regular sort of Herpa stand, which I can show you shortly. And you can see on the bottom, the rear door is separate, obviously doesn't open, but it's there and modelled. So that's about it. Herpa logo in the middle, some nice wheels you can see there, and yeah, that is pretty much the underneath of this item. Okay, so I haven't put the stand fully together because it's just a clear plastic actual stand itself, but I thought I'd show you the base. As you can see, it's to say there Herpa Royal Air Force Airbus A400M Atlas, scale 1/200 with the Herpa logo, and then it is just a clear plastic actual stand for it, which fits nicely into the bottom of the aircraft. So you can have it displaying, if you wish, in a cabinet, which I know a lot of people do, and it's also got a printed base, which as per se is quite nice to have. I know it's not the sort of wooden quality that you get with some Gemini ones, but then Herpa do it differently, so that's the sort of stand you get, and I'm pretty sure you could buy other ones if you wanted to, but you'd have to make sure that it would fit properly. So there we go, that is pretty much it for the Herpa 1/200 scale Airbus A400M in the RAF 100th anniversary livery. I actually really like this model. I'm a big fan of the A400M. It's one of my favourite you know, sort of military aircraft. The C-17 is very good, but it is great that we finally have a large scale of this model, and it is an RAF one, because they are very difficult to sort of get. I know they did a previous one in 1/200 scale. Herpa did one before, but again, that one became like sort of, you know, gold dust. It was impossible to find. So it's great that this is out now. It's actually a brand new release, so you can go and check it out on the website. Was released, I believe, a week ago or so. So it's great to finally have it, and Herpa have done a fantastic job on it, so props to them, with no pun intended there. So yeah, go ahead and check out the description for all the details that you may have missed, and again the website link is there as well for you to check out. If you do like this model and you actually maybe have it yourself, then let us know in the comments below. And if you have any models that you would like us to do in a video, then you can also let us know, and it will give us great suggestions to be able to create more videos. In the meantime, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.